My name is Sarah Taylor. I am a junior certifying in special education EC through 6th. Today I'm going to share with you about my experiences in math classes since I was a child. An analogy I think explains my math education is a sailboat. A sailboat has smooth sailing. The waters may get rough at times, but the boat always stays afloat. Not only was this true for my schooling, but I also hope that it will be true for my students who are in my class. Waters may get rough, but I hope they can always stay afloat in the sea that is school. The beginning of my math education started in Amarillo, Texas. In 3rd grade, I moved to Rio Rancho, New Mexico. As a student in elementary school, I always loved math. I would often share that it was my favorite class. When I was in 5th grade, I had to do 5-minute math. This was an exercise in which I had to answer all multiplication problems between 1 and 12. It was a competition in my class. Meg Flores would always finish first. I decided that I wanted to beat her, just once. My mom worked with me every night to improve my skills. I still remember the day I beat her. I finished all 144 multiplication problems in less time than it took Meg. I was so proud of myself. The amount of stress these 5 minutes put on me were indescribable. Although I wouldn't ever want my students to feel the stress I felt, I want my students to feel the pride I felt in their own math class. So back to the sailboat analogy. At this point, I felt that I had raced my sailboat and won. I smoothly skimmed through the waters and made it to the finish line. I had now sailed through elementary school, ready to go on to middle school as a champion. Middle school held new adventures for me. My mom and I made the decision to homeschool. My mom was nervous to teach me math, so she found a curriculum called Math-U-See. Math-U-See broke things down into the simplest terms. I would watch a video and then do worksheets. Math-U-See was a wonderful curriculum that prepared me for high school. At this point in my life, my sailboat glided gracefully through deeper waters with no seasickness caused. My freshman year, we had moved back to Amarillo, and it was time for high school. I returned to public schools. My favorite part of my math education in high school was the opportunity to help my freshman algebra teacher. She was pregnant and needed some extra help. I would go in before school and stay late to help her tutor students. I was able to watch students understand processes by explaining them step by step. Although I didn't tutor the rest of high school, I did help my peers during my classes. I always loved helping others understand the math that I loved so much. Now my sailboat served as a life raft to others. I was able to help people from drowning in the ocean of numbers. I helped them catch their breath and understand what they were doing again. Throughout my years of math, I think the most relevant thing to my future practice was the way my middle school math was broken down for me. Seeing each lesson built upon each other showed me the connections to different math concepts I didn't notice before. It used manipulatives, visual explanations, and stories to remember the processes that made math real and fun. As a teacher, I hope I can make math fun and easy to understand. I hope my students can learn in a way that will make math less stressful and more applicable for their personal life. Overall, I loved math. I had mainly good teachers and good experiences. Am I going to do 5-minute math? No. Am I going to try and incorporate Math-U-See techniques? Yes. Did tutoring students in high school make me want to be a teacher? Not necessarily, but it did play a large role in that decision. We cannot control the wind, but we can direct the sail. Not every student entering my class will like math, but I can control the math class to maybe change their course. I could be the teacher that changes their outlook by welcoming them onto my sailboat and sailing them to success. Or at least, that's my hope for them.